and it sets off. And it's as heavy as it looks too. Welcome back to Mid-10, y'all. So yeah, we're good and nasty. Got the combine sitting up there. We've been getting ready to cut some wheat. Got the rock track cleaned out, where I forgot to clean it out after finished up last year. Had a few rocks, a couple sticks in there, you know, good stuff. So what we are doing, we got the combine basically ready. Got it all greased up, serviced up, ready to go. So now we're going to pull the wobble box, which is this up in here. We're gonna try to do it sitting on the header cart right now. We gotta change our arm out. You notice I got two. I'd ordered one, it was on back order, which is a black one. It showed up today. Wasn't supposed to show up for 2 weeks. It showed up in a week and a half, so that's not bad. But we thought wheat might be ready earlier, so I'd got one from Deere. It was about, I think it was $75 more expensive than one from Shoop. So we got two, and if you go back and watch our last soybean harvest. Last day we cut soybeans, we sheared these bolts off in there, and it wore all the grooves out on these are here, these grooves, which lock on your knife bar, wore all them grooves off on both of them. We only had like 2 acres of beans left, so we just, I think we hand filed it.
Yeah, we hand filed it with a triangle file.
Got bolts in there, and we was like, we'll finish this 3 acres, and if we don't, wasn't like they were making it great, we were just gonna leave them. But we got them cut, and so now we're gonna show y'all how to pull this wobble box, and hopefully we can do it with it sitting on the header cart. We did raise the reel up and lock the reel because we got to pull this right here, pull your nose cone, which is just 2 bolts, both on this side and a bolt on that side. You take your nose cone off, and then it should come off without having to take much else off. And if it don't, we'll have to move it. We'll have to move trucks out of the way. We can move it, pick it up with the combine.
But this is an aftermarket nose cone too.
Yeah, these are aftermarket nose cones. We've got our wheat points in right now. We have longer spouts for beans. Remember, folks, you can't never have too many magnet trays. I'd have to give it a little tap.
Wait, we gotta take this spring off of it. That's what's messing with us.
If you unbolt it up here, it's easier.
I got it in my hand.
Okay. And then bam, like that. Your arm comes off, your nose cone comes off. So yeah, we gotta take this off and change this. I mean, it possibly could run like it is, but
I like it.
I have a feeling that we will be taking it off in the field. And it's easier to work on it up here.
At least we're in a shade up here.
Yeah, we got shade. So I pull this bolt and that bolt right there. We gotta pull the belt loose. Then we're gonna take this off, take this off, take them bolts loose. We'll change that, got a new head for this too. And then there's 4 bolts. There's 3 bolts right here in the front. And then there's 2 bolts in the back, 3 bolts in the back you pull out. And it sets off. And it's as heavy as it looks too. I do it like this.
Yeah. There you go.
Belt's off. Oh, good gravy. I put the torque on them.
Yeah, because we wanted to make sure it wouldn't slide, remember?
Yeah.
We actually did big impact because we really torqued that thing down, I think. Nope.
I think I filled them full of Loctite, what I did. Well, we ain't gonna use them no more because we're putting new ones on. We gotta slide that cutter bar over. Then we gotta pull these 3 bolts right here. And there's 3 up underneath this.
Yeah, pain. You have to get to it with the wrench. Right.
Yeah. So I got this bolt. You gotta move, roll your wobble box. And there's 2 more bolts back in here. You take their lag bolts. See, the poly's got them. Then you gotta take these 3 bolts here out. And then this just sets off like that. No big deal.
Okay, camera down. We're back. Had to pick it up. We couldn't get these 3 bolts here off. It's hitting this.
And there's 2 bolts right back in here. Pull them 2 bolts out. They're 3/4 drive. These are all 3/4. I guess you was saying it was hitting the bar. So it's unbolted.
Time to wrestle it off.
We're gonna set it off. And I guess we'll bring it on this tailgate so it don't miss the track.
That'll work. Got it.
Oh yeah, it's not bad right here. It's putting it back up there. That's the hard part. All right, so these 3 back bolts right here, they're lag bolts. And see, they're under the poly right here. You can pop this poly loose and take it off. And then before we have took this shield off, which is these 3 bolts and these 2 bolts right there, and that part comes off. We're gonna clean this and we'll come back with you when we're putting a new piece on that. All right, this thing's got 4 bolts. 1 there, there, and 1 back in there. You gotta pull this. All right, about the only way I found to take these things apart is to get a chisel in them. Because they kind of stick together.
I thought if we driving, you think we'd putting chisel and breaking it apart right there.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. All this right here is cast, so give her a little tap just to gap it out. There it goes.
There it goes. It's just moving now.
Oh, this thing's full of gear oil too, so you gotta watch it out. This thing full of gear oil.
Oh.
It needs a bunch of gear oil in it. Got that one off. If you can see, we refiled them, but they're bad right here and here. So it's not gonna hold a tight grip. When you put this thing back together, you gotta remember which is the front and the back. It's easy, so it's got 3 bolts in the back, 5 in the front. The 5 holes is your front. This.
Yeah, it's gotta go like that.
Your letters are at top. right there. That's what you want. Just flop apart. Hold that like that right there.
There you go. It's in there now. Look, I'm not hitting it hard, Wiz. Just a little tap tap.
Before we get her tight, let's make sure it's square too.
What's your bolt?
Put one bolt down in it.
Or two.
That way this thing is on there square. Well,
Put the other corner in over.
heat's getting to those batteries too. Heat's getting to my batteries.
He's just turning it now to move that arm so he can get to his bolts. Got arms cover both 2 bolts at a time.
Might have it set wrong. I can't get my socket on there. That thing is slightly set wrong. So, taking it back apart real quick. Got it cammed wrong. It won't, the arm won't rotate far enough for me to get my socket in there to get the other bolts in and out.
Which means we know we got a groove off.
Well, these things are getting hot. Either this thing or me. It's getting aggravating.
There you go.
Probably me.
Straight down.
Probably me. Nope. See what it does. Oh yeah, it's cammed wrong. See, it's hitting right there.
Yeah, it's hitting right there.
So it needs to pop up and come this way a tooth.
Okay. So leave it right there.
Yeah, so see, she's hitting right here. So that means it's cammed too far. That'd be to the right. So I need to move it one tooth to the left, which would be clockwise. All right. So
Okay,
that's two.
Let's turn it, see if we make sure it ain't gonna hit nothing before we get any more bolts in it. Right.
Yep. Oh, now she's definitely wrong, see?
Yep. Jamming up right there.
It's all out of whack. Oh, this is the worst part of it too, trying to get this thing cammed back right.
Yep.
Yeah, we moved to the shade.
Okay.
It's hot over in the sun.
Yep. Relocate to the shade. Shade. Okay, too hot to
Shade
talk.
to the ground. We'll get her cammed right in a minute. It might take way longer than it's supposed to, but we'll get her cammed right. I did it one time, it gave me this much trouble. It took me a couple hours to get it fixed right.
You can just put that arm on here when we go and cam it, set it all the way one way, then take it off to set it there so we can get it all the way one way.
Well, grab an old arm. How about that?
Right. Yeah. Okay.
I'll give her a spin. That's all the way. Hold on.
Right there.
That's all the way in. I turned it all the way out. Okay, that's all the way out right there.
Right there. Okay, so we gotta have it set all the way this way.
All the way to this side. I guess we should just name this YouTube channel Shop Adjacent.
Yeah. Never in the shop. We're beside it.
Yep. Still can't get my socket in there.
Yeah, that impact socket is too thick on it.
Just a little bit too thick.
They've changed that. That's just a hair thicker on that shaft right there. That's what it is.
So they probably hit it right the first time. It's just, you're talking millimeters of thickness.
Yep.
All right, so we got her on here. You give her a little test spin. Make sure it's not hitting here. And so what we determined between this old shaft, the new one from Deere, and the new one from Sheep is right here and right here. I mean, you're talking millimeters of thickness. It's slightly thicker. I can't get the impact socket in there, so we had to go to the old Chrome Bandit. But we got her on there. We got to get this snug, put a new card pin in it, and we'll be ready to put her back on there.
Okay.
Why we set it so far away?
I don't know. Hey, do we need to loose this?
What?
If I say, do you need to loose this other spring up?
No, it's flexed. The bottom's flexed out now. Oh, that's my nipple. Oh boy.
You don't need that anyway.
I think I tore it and loose. All right, we got her back on. So we got 2 bolts right up here in. Got them in. We got these 3 bolts. These 3 bolts are here in. We got this one. And the 2 nuts put back here. We got her pivot put back on. We got our belt sitting up there kind of late. If you notice the sun over there, she's getting low. It's about, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock. So we're gonna go home and clean up and call it a day for today. But we'll catch you back up y'all tomorrow. We'll show you how to finish putting everything back together, and then hopefully we'll go cut some wheat. All right, see you tomorrow. We're back at it. So where we left off last night, we got the gearbox, wobble box, or gearbox, whatever you want to call it. Called a wobble box. We got it put back on here. We got all the bolts up front, down below, the nuts in the back. We got the belt sitting up here, got it bolted up here. So we got to put our knife drive head back on. And then we'll need to put our nose cone back on.
Put the belt back on.
And so put the belt back on. Get her set back on a trailer. We got to lock the head up and rigid because we're not going to be cutting on the ground on this wheat. And we'll be ready to cut some wheat. So we're going with a new drive head. It's tapered, so you got to put your taper part down. Get her on there. And then make sure it's squared up. The bolts, put new bolts in it. We're going with a medium grade bolt. If you put hardened bolts in here, if it gets hung up, which I've had it do before, it'll snap, it'll break its cast. If you put soft bolts, soft bolts will break off after about a week of running. These medium bolts seem to run pretty good. And we got a lock washer on them too, to make sure it don't, to keep it from backing off. It's probably still gonna back off some. Put them in there loosey-goosey like. Put our cast nut back on. We still need to grease the knife. We still need to put fluid in the gearbox too. All right, so we got all this together. We got to put, we're gonna put the belt on, then we'll put the nose cone on. There. Just kind of wrestled on like that. Pick that baby up, and we just bolt it back up when we hold it.
Yeah.
When we hold it back like that. All right, folks, so we got the new wall box drive arm put on, new head drive, new bolts. We put used all the old bolts, put all new lock washers on everything. So, we got to lock this thing down, but that's how to take on and put off the gearbox. But the key to this is make sure you get this piece of here timed right or cammed right so it'll go back and forth. Once we got it up here, we spun the pulley without the belt on there a bunch of times to make sure it was running right. So it's all back together. I mean, it's kind of a pain. And if it ain't so hot, it ain't that bad a job. So we're gonna set this back on cart and we're gonna go cut some wheat. But that's how you swap out a wobble box. We'll get you back up, y'all. You know, like always, good Lord's willing, catch you on the flip side. Till the next.